3, 2, 1.
Big. You spit it out. Break it out. Okay.
More money, I want your money. I want more money, I want your money. More money, I want your money. I want more money, I want your money. Once upon a time, not long ago, I was a hoe. And I'm admitting it, I won't take it back. Cause I did this shit, I was a hoe. And I'm admitting it, I won't take it back. Cause I did this shit, I was a hoe. More money, I want your money. I want more money, I want your money. More money, I want your money. I want more money.
Because we're from Britain, okay? We don't spill tea, we drink it.
Bitch! Yes, it's your girl, Paige, back at it again with yet another video for you hoes. Now, we are doing another Petty Bedtimes, but it's like Petty Bedtime Slumber Party Edition. I've got my mum over for the weekend, and I thought instead of not filming this weekend and spending all of my time with my mother, maybe we could share in this week's most interesting tea that's going across social media. So, you guys will remember my mother. Everybody knows her on social media as Petty Momma. Petty Momma has come through today to sit down, have a chat and discussion with you guys as well as me, talking about all of the happenings on social media. Are you happy to be here?
Yeah. It's nice to be here again. Nice to see you.
Lies am I? Okay.
Oh, by the way, your hair looks absolutely wonderful.
Oh, what? You mean this hair that I've got right here?
Yeah, that hair, that new gorgeous hair. Where do you get it from, Paige?
Oh, this hair, I got it from a company called Yiroo Hair. Yiroo Hair providing the best Brazilian body waves across the internet.
This isn't sponsored content by any chance, is it, Paige?
According to the FTC as well as trading standards, I am obligated to disclose that this is indeed a paid product placement.
And it's beautiful.
It is quite some fantastic hair. Would you like to see a 3 to 5 minute video that I am contractually obligated to do? Showing you exactly how I have this hair installed?
No. Sorry, no.
Let's do that again.
No.
Would you like to see a 3 to 5 minute product? Would you like to see a 3 to 5 minute product place? Oh, you know what? Fuck it. It's done. We're finished. We're finished.
Yes, I would. I'd love to see a 3 to 5 minute product placement to advertise your hair.
Oh my god, I hate you.
We are
I hate you so
transparent. Very transparent.
Okay, you know exactly what it is. This is a paid product placement video. Some call it sponsored content, whatever it is that you want to call it. I am going to be showing you a 3 to 5 minute video about how I had this hair installed. It's been installed slightly differently to the last one, so if you're not into it, then there will be a skip at such and such moment at the bottom of the video. Otherwise, feel free to watch the product placement and help me get my coins. Help pay for my wedding ring. Lego.
Okay, so the thing I did differently with this hair in comparison to the last hair is I actually did not use a closure. I just had my hair in its natural form. Now, when I say natural, I mean that to a certain degree. I had my hair relaxed, texturized, whatever it is that you want to call it. I had it relaxed. Now, as you guys know, if you have been a subscriber of me for a long time, I actually cut off all of my hair 2 years ago in aid of my friend who is going through cancer at the moment, to show her that hair does not define beauty and she is just as beautiful now as she ever was. So this is me relaxing my hair after 2 years of not relaxing it at all, and I used to be relaxing the house, bitch. But this is what it looks like just before I get my bundles put in. Now these are the bundles. As you can see, it goes from a 1B to a 4 to a 27. You can see it here in all of its glory. I think it's looking beautiful in the sunshine, and this is exactly what my hair looks like just after we have washed all of the relaxer out of my hair. You can probably see my hairstylist, she's like saying, Paige, shut the hell up. But after we straightened it, we noticed that a lot of my ends were very split. You can see it's really frizzy, but my hair is a lot longer than any of us even expected. It looks a lot longer. after. My hair's healthy and shiny. We haven't put any product in it at all besides just drying the hair. So my hair's in really good condition right now. So after splitting the ends, my hairstylist went through and then did a braid pattern. For those who are interested in braid patterns, this is what she did with my hair in order to have it on a side parting, which is my preference. I prefer side parting because, you know, girls got big head. And this is what my hair looks like after. She sewed in the bundles and then obviously left the leaf out for me to kind of blend in with my hair as much as possible. I think it personally looks really, really good, but tell me what you guys think. Are you digging this hair from Yiroo? I personally am. The one thing that I really enjoy about this hair is the fact that I've had it in for over 2 days now, and honestly, the hair, it's like it hasn't shed a single bit, not even a tiny bit. The last hair kind of shedded a little bit, but this one did not shed a tiny bit. And I think you can just kind of tell the hair quality, especially after having the hair dyed as well. It looks beautiful, and I'm here for a bitch.
It's your girl, Petty Paige. Yes, that's right. I'm here to show you about my new fantastic hair. In fact, no lie girl, this actually is really good hair. Possibly some of the best hair that I've had so far. This video is a paid product placement video for the company Yiroo Hair. They gave me this fantastic hair in a Brazilian body wave, going from a 1B to a 4 to a 27. This is bundles, bitch, and there's 4 of them in this. I'm absolutely loving this hair, and I just want to say a massive thank you to them. Thank you for sponsoring me. I really do appreciate it. And I will be seeing you guys very soon in a new Petty Paige video. Keep it locked. Mwah. Love ya. Bye! Okay, so the first story that we're going to be talking about in the Petty Bedtime segment is the Ingham family. Now, as you guys remember, I did a video on the Ingham family a couple of weeks ago, basically talking about the entire situation that's been happening with them lot. And there was some huge allegations that were going on at the time. Basically, that there was a few young ladies who had come forward on social media stating that Chris Ingham, the father of the Ingham family, had been very inappropriate with them, not only in person, but also on social media. This is a flashback, so you guys know exactly what it is that I'm talking about. I'm so scared to tweet about this, but it's about time and it needs to be seen. My experience with Chris Ingham from the Ingham family. And then she posted a series of screenshots, which I will put up over here whilst I read it from my phone. I just want to start this off by saying, at first I didn't want to tweet this. I hadn't told anybody, and it happened 9 months ago. I've decided to tweet this after speaking to somebody who has helped me, and we didn't jump straight to the conclusion of exposing him. We messaged his wife but heard nothing back. I'm so scared to tweet about it, and I'm sad because I adore the family. But then he kept messaging me saying that he went on walks around the complex at midnight, sometimes at 2 AM every night, and then he kept asking me if I would sneak out of my family's hotel room to go for walks with him between midnight and 2 AM. He messaged me multiple times saying how I was beautiful and pretty and asking why I didn't have loads of boyfriends at home. Bear in mind, this is a 30-year-old man with wife and kids. He said how we should sneak into the pool when it's closed and how he was contemplating going skinny dipping. He also sent me a message saying, I wish I had seen your message sooner because I could have come and hooked up with you. Okay, so after we've seen this, tell me what it is that you know about the Ingham family situation, if you've been keeping up.
I've been following the situation quite closely, actually. Find it very interesting.
Yeah.
I know Jess put all that information out on the internet originally. All one stories came out after onto YouTube. That's why people reporting to the SPCC as well as the authorities, speaking to the authorities, etc. And they reported to decided to take out supervision, which is effectively a gag order, allegedly. Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing? What?
I only asked you if you knew about the situation. And you just went on for ages.
Sorry.
Do you want me to leave? Like, shut up, bro.
No.
Okay, welcome to Petty Momma Bedtime. See you later. To summarise, all of the stuff that happened last time, basically, the Ingham family have allegedly put out a gagging order, not just on, it was what I heard, and this is through the grapevine, so I don't know how true this is, but what I heard, it was a gagging order against mainstream media, but then a bunch of legal letters, cease and desist, were making its way through to various different YouTubers. One YouTuber who has actually come and reached out to me, because she's never had a legal letter before, is a young lady who made a video about it the first time. I think her name is but she made videos on the Ingham family, and she was concerned about what to do with this legal letter. So I explained to her, listen, I'm a drama channel, I dodge legal letters like I dodge nits, bitch. Like, do you get what I mean? Like, it ain't shit, don't worry about it. Basically, they said, from what she has told me, this is obviously word of mouth, I cannot say that these allegations are true or anything like that, but from what she's told me, they basically wants to get her on bullying and harassment, if I remember correctly, and also that she would be liable to be sued for up to 15,000 UK pounds. So that is what the kind of letters it is that they are sending to these
to the
smaller YouTubers
to frighten them,
yeah,
to shut them up, to make sure that they don't speak.
So, what do you think about this situation now? Because obviously you can try and shut up these smaller YouTubers, and if you've never dealt with a legal letter in your entire life, it's going to be a scary prospect for you. If you're a channel that's monetized, you don't want to lose your monetization, but also you don't want to get into real life issues if you are living your regular life whilst doing YouTube, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
I know all about that. Jackiana. So, I'm going to be doing that for all year, bitch, all year. You've got it all year. So, because
Her mother
obviously...
must be so proud.
Oh, okay, we're going now.
So proud. Because she uplifts other black women.
Oh, shall we? Can we talk? Can we? With these smaller channels getting all of this grief from the Ingham family, do you think that they've got bigger problems now to deal with? Because now you've got the Daily Mail, the Sun, News of the World, etc., the Mirror, who are all talking about this situation.
Well, yeah, they've got bigger problems to deal with, but whether they deal with it or not, I'm still in two minds. Because the tactic that they've used so far of ignoring the situation completely and having no real consequences, the views are still the same, etc. Although I have heard that although that her management, their management company, has officially put out a statement saying they no longer manage them, whereas before they took them off the website, but they didn't confirm that they weren't working with them. And I think they must have been into some level, allegedly, because the Ingham family went to that Sony premiere for, is it The Incredibles?
Possibly, yeah, Incredibles too.
Yeah, they went to that recently, and that would have been something arranged by a management company. Okay. But they've come out in the last day or so and said they do not want to, they are not going to represent them anymore, allegedly. I don't know, I'm just saying it loads. No one's coming for me. I'm broke.
Me too, bitch. Okay.
Hey guys, this is just a quick update. I'm looking like a hot mess right now, but I thought it was important to put this update into the video as well. So there has been an official statement that has come out from the Ingham family. Yes, I'm giving you hyperpigmentation for your life. And this is what it says. A message to our fans and some news. Over the last few weeks, we have been subject to a number of false accusations and claims of inappropriate behaviour by Chris. As popular YouTube creators, we are daily in contact with thousands of fans from around the world. Our attitude is to always be friendly and accommodating when people ask to meet up with on vacation or at meet and greet events. During one of these fan encounters, Chris has a brief written interaction with the fan which was mildly inappropriate but not meant with malice as a celebrity. Okay, Chris is we're gonna get to it. Chris is consistently surrounded with female attention who embrace his cheeky chappy attitude, and anything said or suggested through a mature nature would never amount to anything more than harmless conversation. Anyone who has had a conversation with Chris is over 16 years old, and none have ever met him in person. We are sorry to have caused any offence to anyone and look forward to an exciting #IFAM future. Big #IFAM news, our own YouTube Red show. So basically they're saying that they're going to be getting a YouTube Red show, which obviously has come to a lot of people being really upset on social media. Not just that, bitch. They are saying that none of the people that they've encountered through these meet and greet activities or speaking to online, none of them have actually met Chris Ingham. However, as seen in this photo that I will pop up as well from my previous video, it's quite obvious that the young girl in question, Jess, she had an actual meeting with Chris Ingham and his family. So I'll leave you guys to decide or choose what it is that you guys believe from this situation, but also what is it that you guys think about the YouTube Red series? Are you guys going to be tuning in, or are you guys going to be holding up for a boycott like the rest of YouTube, who are calling for a boycott of this program because they don't believe that YouTube should be supporting a content creator with allegations of this nature? I mean, let's put this into perspective. Wasn't there supposed to be a Logan Paul YouTube Red series that didn't come to fruition? So do you think that it's fair that Logan Paul had his entire show cancelled and it never really came to fruition, whereas the Ingham family still have the opportunity to have their own YouTube Red show, which would mean more income for the family at this very volatile moment in time? Tell me what it is that you guys think in the comment section down below. Now, to the rest of the video.
That is the Ingham family update. I'm going to be bringing you guys another update. The second update is that I want to be talking to you guys about is the catfish update. Now, a lot of people, after I made my catfish video, a lot of people weren't on my side of things. They didn't quite understand why I was feeling that. The way that I feel is, in situations where somebody is brave enough to have the opportunity, like the young girls with this Ingham family story, to speak up about a situation and actually incite change, I personally think that it's got to take a lot of guts to do that. And if you are a liar, then you are the worst person in the whole entire world. But the chances of somebody lying about that is very, very small. Now, if you don't know what happened, basically, a few months back, there was a young lady who made a two-part video. The girl's name was Alyssa Morgan, and she made a two-part video talking about her experience on the catfish show, and basically said that Nev, one of the producers, as well as one of the main characters, if you will, do you call it a character if it's a reality show?
No, presenter, main
One of the main presenters on the catfish TV program, she was saying that not only was he sexually inappropriate with her, but also he incited sexual contact with her. So not only just being sexually suggestive by the things that he was saying, but he also used her hand, allegedly, according to her, to move it closer to his genital area before she decided to leave, which was completely inappropriate. And at the time, she was obviously she's from the US, she's 18 years old, so a lot of what was going on was highly inappropriate and all under the influence of alcohol, may I add. So she came out and made a two-part video about it. Now, on social media, a lot of people didn't agree with me in believing the victim until proven otherwise. That's the way I work. It might not be the way that you work. Maybe you are a little bit more analytical, but for me, through my own traumas and stuff like that, I am more inclined to believe the person who has had the strength to come out about the situation. So basically, what has happened since is a couple of weeks ago, MTV announced that Catfish would be returning for a brand new season. This to everybody, since they had ceased programming whilst an investigation was taking place with MTV, meant that there might be a little bit of validity to what was going on. However, when they resumed, the whole kind of consensus was the girl must be lying, they've resumed programming. Now, as far as social media goes, she stated that the people at Catfish never approached her, the people at Catfish never had a conversation with her, or another member of her team, or her lawyer, or anything like that. Nobody had ever reached out to her. There was no formal investigation that had taken place, because in order for an investigation to have happened, they would have had to have at least get her recount formally written down. Now usually with this kind of situation there would be an internal investigation, but I'm also asking, why is there not a criminal investigation? Now I don't know whether you know about this on social media, but Charlamagne the God, who is a presenter on the Breakfast Club, has got into a lot of trouble recently due to some allegations that were made a long time ago. I'm not going to go into that because that's a completely different separate drama. However, because he gave a minor, who's classed as a minor because they are under 21 years old, depending on the state that he was in at the time. Because he gave a minor alcohol, he got into trouble for contributing to the delinquency of a minor. So if she is saying that a lot of the stuff that took place at that time was fueled by alcohol, there is still a substantial claim that could be made that it is that the show, first of all, we're not looking out for her properly, and second of all, contributed to the delinquency of a minor. And in turn, putting her in a very difficult position.
Vulnerable.
Vulnerable is the word, yes. So that is the whole situation that happened there. Alyssa Morgan went onto social media and basically said that none of this happened. Nobody had done an investigation. Nobody had even spoken to her. She's got a lawyer. Nobody had spoken to a lawyer. Nobody had come out to her team. And that the only reason that the show resumed programming was because they filmed it and they needed money.
They resumed production without speaking to me or anyone in my camp. So the fact that they resumed production is solely based on them because they didn't investigate. They never talked to me. You can't investigate anything without talking to the person who put it out there or anyone in that person's camp. The fact that they resumed production, I mean, that has nothing to do, honestly, with me at this point. Like, I don't really care, but don't make it seem like you're resuming production because of someone's innocence, because that's not the case. They resumed because they needed money. So,
what do you think about this situation? And did you believe her in the beginning?
I believed her in the beginning. I thought she handled it appallingly though. She could have just done a video, told a story, and put it out there for social media and the necessary companies and authorities to investigate. But she didn't. She made it dramatic, and the two-part series, and the it seemed almost money grabby the way she did it.
But
doesn't mean that it didn't happen. It just means that she handled it very badly. Yeah. Okay, but here's the thing. If something like that did happen to her, she was upset and cried and her heart hurt at the time, like she said in the original 2 videos. Okay.
Me personally, I'm like, get your money, boo. Like, get your money, boo.
But not everything's about money. This was bigger than money. If she was concerned that this organisation, this production company, weren't protecting the people that were on it, she should have stuck to that. Yeah, put her videos on, put her adverts on her video. But I think, I'm just saying, she could have done it better. It doesn't negate the situation in any way, but she could have done it better. Okay, just to slide off topic but on topic slightly, there is a YouTuber by the name of Kelly Eden who made a video about her friend's death. One of her friends had committed suicide and passed away, and she had a hell of a lot of adverts in her video as well. Do you think when there's certain kind of topics that really we shouldn't be having adverts on, or are you one of those people like me that you are a YouTuber and sometimes, unfortunately, negative things that happen in people's lives bring in a hell of a lot of views? Like, everybody remembers the iconic Trisha Paytas on the floor of her kitchen crying, going, I suppose those negative moments in your job. Okay. I think it was because some people are very personable. Some people are very, you feel their emotion, you see their emotion. I'm a bit like that. You can be a bit like that. Okay? But she was not one of them. Very cold. She reminds me of my friend. If anything was ever happening with her, she doesn't react. Because she doesn't want to give anybody the satisfaction that it's impacted her.
Yeah,
but it doesn't mean that it didn't happen.
Yeah.
So I felt she didn't come across very well. Perhaps I explained it wrong. She didn't come across very well. And because she didn't come across as vulnerable and as a victim, maybe because she's got over it, she's processed it, she's come to terms with it, but because she didn't come over as personable, it wasn't easy for the internet to show the sympathy that probably they would have shown somebody else. And it's sad.
So as a person who's gone through my own personal trauma and stuff, I always find that when it comes to talking about those situations, I get numb. You know, like I don't have emotion to it because I am numb to it, because the trauma has traumatized me so much that I'm just numb. Like, this happened to me, jokes. Do you get what I mean? And it's like, because that's my way of coping with it. Some people, when they experience trauma, are not able to register it the same way through crying, through tears.
Reacts the same way. But I'm going to call you a liar, because when you talk about what happened a while ago when you were younger that did traumatize you, right? You do end up getting upset.
But I think
at first you're all right.
No.
But once you carry on talking about it.
Yeah, but here's the difference. When I was talking about that situation that happened all those years ago, who was I crying for? I wasn't crying for me. I was crying for that little girl.
And for the first time, I cried. I didn't even like cry for the situation or what happened to me, because I feel like I was pretty much over it. But I cried for the 16-year-old girl at that time who did not deserve that shit to happen to her. I cried for her because she didn't deserve it and she didn't warrant it.
And not only was I crying for that little girl, I was crying for that little girl and the woman who was going through the exact same situation and thinking, oh my god, like repressed memories. Do you know what I mean? That's what I was crying for. If you'd have asked me on an average day, I'd be like, yeah, some really mad shit happened when I was 15 years old. Do you understand what I mean? Yeah. Because I'm not registering it in that same emotional way. So there's some people who even breathe that and they cry.
When it came up with Jess though, you felt it because you went back to being that age and the manipulation, etc.
Yeah. Some people cannot register emotion in that same way, and not everybody has to be emotional. I think there was a young lady who made a video about watching her body language to tell if she was lying and stuff, and her conclusion is that she didn't really believe her based on the way that she was reacting. But it just, you can't go off people's reaction. Well, that is about it for Petty Bedtimes. Also, this is a sponsored product placement video sponsored by Yiroo Hair. Thank you guys so much for sponsoring these beautiful locks. I'm really enjoying it. If you want to know a little bit about this hair, I will leave all of the information to do with that in the description down below. Also, I do have a merch store. I keep plugging this merch, but this wedding is real close and I really need some money for my honeymoon. But yeah, if you want to make your way over to www.teespring.com/stores/Petty Gang Apparel, and you'll be able to see all of the fantastic slogan t-shirts I've got there, including my most famous one, Take the Goddamn Tree. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you like it, if you don't,
I don't give a shit anyway.
Don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification with the bell so that you can get a notification every single time that Paige posts new content. What the hell? I personally think it's been an absolute joy to have my mama here, and I've missed her so much.
I miss you too.
But that is just my humble opinion, and don't take my opinion for it, because I'm
just petty.
Too much money in the bank. I ain't trying to play no games. Fuck, I hate it gon' sack. I be on my hustle all day, little bitch. Stay in your place, motherfucker, I'm paid. Too much money in the bank. I ain't trying to play no games. Fuck, I hate it gon' sack. I be on my hustle all day, little bitch. Stay in your place, motherfucker.